Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Valia Rizwan, a sophomore pursuing computer engineering at School of Computer and Information Systems Engineering, DCSC UET Peshawar. MLSA Club UET Peshawar is home to cutting edge advanced technologies. We believe in peer to peer learning and always raise the flag of community culture. I, being the PR lead at prestigious community at UET Peshawar, is honored to host this amazing virtual gathering, InfoSec 101 with Babar Akhundzada. Microsoft Student Ambassadors Club UET Peshawar, in collaboration with MLSA IM Sciences Peshawar, is going to organize the event. We have Google DSC UET Peshawar, HackerOne Club Peshawar, White Hats Peshawar as our outreach partners for the event. So let the game begin. All glory be to Almighty Allah. Starting with the gracious name, I would like to call the stream moderator to please start the recitation of Holy Quran.
For the inconveniences. Valia, you may start. Valia, am I audible? Go
Sorry?
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Folks, national anthem is a sign of zeal, zest, and enthusiasm for a nation's unity and integrity. So stay focused in the esteem of national anthem. Raja, we are unable to hear.
Uh, Folks were not able to. Let me share it again. Recitation was also not audible. Might be.
Yes.
Okay, then let go. But please confirm now.
Yes, now
It's
it's audible.
okay.
Now, I would like to invite our community lead, UET Peshawar, Mr. Raja Ahmed, for putting spotlight on speaker's introduction.
Well, folks, Mr. Babar has a very deep connection with our fellow lead, Mr. Zahid. So I would like to invite Mr. Zahid to have an introduction of speaker. Over to you, Zahid.
Gigi. Seth, are you there?
Yes, hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. This is Saiful Amin from I'm Sciences Peshawar. We are part of the MLSLA community, and I welcome you all to this amazing session about cybersecurity by none other than Babar Akhundzada. Babar basically hails from Peshawar and is a graduate of Sarhad University. Babar is a cyber wizard. He is the co-founder of Security Wall, a multinational company that offers services in cybersecurity consultancy and penetration testing. They are having offices in London, Dubai, and Pakistan as well. Apart from that, Babar is acknowledged by well-known companies for contributing to their product security, including eBay, Apple, Nokia, Microsoft, Oracle, Yahoo, and the list goes on. So that's all from my side, and I think that would be enough to introduce Babar. Babar, once again, thank you for taking your time out. Over to you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let me get started with the presentation first.
Yes,
When you
Babar
go on
bhai.
the presentation, please do let me know if you can see my presentation.
Exactly. Well, Babar bhai, we are being joined by the lead at White Hats Peshawar, and he's also managing the Hacker One Peshawar Club. In the meanwhile, as you get ready, would like to invite Mr. Adnan Malik just for a couple of minutes. Over to you, Mr. Adnan Malik. Adnan bhai, is I audible? Let me add him. Now you can unmute Adnan.
Just ping me quickly.
Yes, you're audible. You're audible. Continue, please.
Okay, perfect. So this is Adnan Malik. मैं security researcher और bug bounties में की field में excel कर रहा हूँ. It's just getting started आपके लिए. So I'm bug hunter at HackerOne. बाबर आपको ज़्यादा details में वो चीज़ें बता देंगे. But apart from that, I'm a community builder as well. So Developer Student Club, UT Peshawar, I was the first one to introduce it to UT Peshawar from the Google side. And I was the first one to get selected in the first cohort of Developer Student Club from all over Pakistan. Apart from that, I'm recently been selected as one of the 7 hackers, जो कि HackerOne के ambassador हैं from all over the world. So community building is just like kind of my passion. Because what I believe is कि अगर आप दूर जाना चाहते हैं, अगर आप तेज जाना चाहते हैं, so go alone. लेकिन अगर आप दूर जाना चाहते हैं, so go with people. So that's what I personally believe. So that's what my passion is for community building. So I'm running 2 communities right now. One is White Hats, जो कि हमने पहले बनाई थी कुछ students ने UT Peshawar से to help each other in learning security and ethical hacking and all those stuff. और पेशावर हैकर वन क्लब जो है वो स्पॉन्सर्ड है हैकर वन की तरफ से जिसमें हम रिसोर्सेज वगैरह प्रोवाइड करते हैं. So do search for it if you're interested and if you want to आज के प्रेजेंटेशन के बाद अगर आप में वाकई वो इग्नाइट कर जाती है सिक्योरिटी की जो जीन्स हैं, so do join us and we will help you to कि हम इकट्ठे होके सीखें और इकट्ठे होके आगे जाएं. So thank you बाबर से मैं DYS 2018 में मिला था when I was just getting started about security. मैंने first सुना था security के बारे में और उनसे मैंने थोड़ी बहुत बातचीत की थी. So would love to hear his presentation. Over to you, Raja. Thank you so much everybody who joined in.
Well, thanks Adnan bhai for joining us. Over to you, Babar bhai. Please continue. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you, everyone. Let me know if I'm still audible.
You are audible and your screen is visible as well. Please continue.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Raja, and thank you, Sarah, for joining this session and organizing this session. I'm into the sessions focused on cybersecurity and ethical hacking since my school. I still remember I did for my first presentation on cybersecurity in FAST University Peshawar. So I'm quite used to these kind of sessions, and even I think I was the first one who have brought these kind of cybersecurity sessions, workshops, boot camps in Peshawar specifically. So it's great to be here. It's great to be here, and thanks Adnan for the deep introduction. I was quite unaware about the White Hats Peshawar. So let's have a look. So furtherly getting started. So this presentation would be more focused on regarding the motivation, regarding the insights, and what is cybersecurity, how cybersecurity is the cybersecurity, and how to excel in that field. So our most focused topic would be like the career choice, the resources part, and how it can be beneficial on the financial side, and how it could be beneficial on the learning side. So the agenda would be very specific. I'll be more listening to your questions as I'm more interested to guide you rather than focusing on my own stuff. So I'll be more happy if you write down your questions during the presentation and right now as well. So I'll be more listening to your questions so I can solve your confusions in the meanwhile. So the agenda is very specific. We will talk about the cybersecurity basics and what is the medium in Pakistan regarding the cybersecurity, and what are the careers options, and what should be your plan if you are going to get started. And the interesting thing is bug bounty again, and we will be focusing on how to stay secure online. It will be quite knowledgeable session, and I'll be happy to answer your questions as I'm not sure what kind of audience we have right now. I think there's a good mixture of technical and non-technical. So let's get started. So my name is Babar Khan Akhundzada, and I'm the CEO and founder of Security Wall, which is a cybersecurity startup focused on application and cloud security specifically. We are working in more than 4 countries. Actually, we are physically based in 4 countries, virtually based in 7 countries. So we are mainly focused on application and cloud security, which is main in demand right now. So that's why it's our main focused concern. Regarding that, we are more focused on malware analysis, forensics, and incident response as well. So I am into the cybersecurity since school, since grade 7, and I started my cybersecurity journey in grade 7. Then further on, I started to learn about it. At that moment, within Peshawar, there were like no resources, no institutes, but still, we will talk about it later. But I'm also acknowledged by tech giants based in Silicon Valley by almost like 100 plus companies. And I'm into the list of Tech Juice 25 under 25, and I was also nominated for Forbes 30 under 30. And if you want to know more about me, you can go and Google me as well. So first thing first, how this whole journey started. So on the screen, you can see like there's some kind of deface pages of some website which were hacked. So Tamir Bank was hacked, MCB Bank got hacked, Allied Bank got hacked, Soneri Bank got hacked, and even Google Pakistan got hacked. So it was quite amazing stuff at that moment when I was learning, and I made through these kind of news in the blogs or some community news. So which was quite surprise for me. So I thought like if these banks are getting hacked, there's a serious need of kind of consultation, some serious need of talent, some serious need of cybersecurity geeks who can look into that stuff. Because if even the bank, which is like kind of critical infrastructure, and even if still they are getting hacked, so it means that we are not that we are not
Babar bhai, you're not audible.
There is some connectivity issue.
Well, Zahid, has he leave the meeting? I
नहीं
think
वो मीटिंग में ही है
left.
लेकिन कैसे उसकी इंटरनेट में है।
जी जी, चलिए स्टार्ट हो जाएगा जल्दी इंशाल्लाह। एक्चुअली बस यही है कि वर्चुअल टाइम्स में तो टेक्नोलॉजी का कोई भी लिंकेज जो है वो जो वीकेस्ट लिंक है वो आ सकता है। तो बीइंग टेक्नोलॉजी फोक्स हम सबको इस चीज़ को जो है ना वो बहुत अच्छे तरीके से समझना चाहिए।
जी जी
Am I audible, Raja?
जी जी बाबर भाई, नाउ यू आर ऑडिबल।
And where I left, I'm not so sure.
Well, I also just got panicked. Maybe someone from
Sir, you have
Like you were talking about the companies that or the banks that there was some
exactly.
security flaws.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. I mean, we didn't left so far. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so we talked about some banks which were hacked and motivated me to start learning about the cybersecurity and learn that how they got hacked and learn that how to restrict or remediate these kind of issues to restrict the hackers, the black hat hackers, the cyber attackers, and secure these kind of organizations specifically focused on Pakistan. So this is how it got started. So the intro is very specific. It's just for the sake of motivation, just for the sake of the insights, like what I have done and what you guys can do on your part. So the first thing first, I didn't make excuses. At the time when I was in school, so I started in grade 7. So at that moment, I was having that not that kind of good computer, and it was even shared computer in most of the families you have.
Are you there, Babar bhai?
Well, folks, sorry for the inconveniences caused, but due to some issues, there are some issues might be on his end. Hope so it will recover soon. Well, he's back, and maybe we will be
Sorry
starting.
about the interruption. I'm not so sure what's the issue, but I think there was some internet connection issue. But
It's all okay.
let's resume.
Baba.
Let's resume. Let's resume. Okay. So the first thing first that made main thing about the cybersecurity learning and even any specific kind of tech related, if you want to learn about something related to the tech. the first thing first is don't make excuses. So when I was in grade 7, I didn't make any excuse, so that when I decided like I want to learn about this thing without having personal computer, without any kind of permission regarding this thing, as cybersecurity and hacking was something which was blamed for many issues. So within my family, my brother used to tell me like, don't get involved in these kind of stuff. But I didn't make any excuses. I was on the right path and in my mind, and I made the right choice at that time. So I didn't make any excuses and started to learn when my brother used to go to university. I got some hour or two. I used to learn about cybersecurity and hacking from ebooks, from blogs, from videos, from these kind of resources. So I started very early, and as I mentioned, I did my first workshop on cybersecurity. I was not that well at that moment, but I just for the sake of community, I was aware that there's no kind of cybersecurity institute in Peshawar. So I did organize the first workshop on cybersecurity in FAST University. Meanwhile, I hunted like 100 plus companies and got Hall of Fame and acknowledged from these companies, including Adobe, eBay, Apple, Nokia, Microsoft, Oracle, Red Hat, and many more. So, after learning and implementing my skills, I thought that there's a good need of cybersecurity services and consultation at that moment. As I have shared, like banks were hacked, such companies were hacked. So, there was a need of a team who can help out these kind of companies or organizations. So when I was got into college after my school, within the first year of my college, I founded a company, which is Security Wall, and which helped me out to have a good team, to share my knowledge, to share the resources, to share the research, to work on something specific. So company was something which is a great thing happened to me. And within the college, I used to have a lot of time, like Saturday, Sunday was off, and the burden of education was not that much. So I got a good exposure at that moment. My startup was selected in startup Istanbul in 2015, where 100 plus companies participate in that competition, and I represented Pakistan in the final. So which was quite new to me and quite motivating. Like someone who's in first year of college is participating such huge conference and making it to the final was kind of inspiration even for me myself. Like it was quite new. Then I made it to IM Sciences, unfortunately, I would say, and getting dropped out within the second semester. And after that, I thought like I should leave this education system as I'm not comfortable with it. But still, I made a choice like I should continue the education part, and we will continue my other experience and other activities as well. So I dropped out, and during the education, I participated in the GSEA Global Student Entrepreneurship Association Awards, which is awards for students who have some kind of startup and doing entrepreneurship. So I would really suggest you guys, it's still, the application are still on. You can just go and search for GSEA, and if you guys have a startup focused on anything and you are an undergraduate student, you can apply for GSEA, which is an amazing platform for student entrepreneurs. So I made it to GSEA finals for 3 times. After that, I've done my BSCS right now. I traveled, I earned, I worked, I featured in many blogs, vlogs, news, and all. In the meanwhile, the journey started from sitting in the home, sitting in one room, having no PC, having nothing in the resource, having no institute in my mind, having no mentor, having no inspiration at that moment. So still I made my company expense to 4 countries, 7 as a virtual locations, and made a huge contribution to the local ecosystem, secured many local organizations, including Rosie.pk, including Pakistan Citizen Portal, KP Government, BookMe, Shopistan, Baikia, and many other more local companies and companies from abroad. So this whole thing helped me out uh, with the project, which is a goal, which is security means trust. Like even I still think like these companies and these of my clients wouldn't be trust me if there was no trust between me and them. So the main goal was they were having a good trust on us, on me, my team, and even our exposure, our experience tells a lot. So these were the brands who have branded us on their platform and helped us to make them secure. and serve the users well. We have, alhamdulillah, projected around 30 plus, more than 30 startups within existing in Pakistan, and a lot of other clients outside Pakistan. But we will more focused on the companies who are in Pakistan specifically. So regarding the presentation onwards, this will be focused on education purposes. What else we'll be talking about will be fully focused on education purposes, and I'll highly recommend to try and test that in some local environment, whatever we are talking about. So this talk is not about defense, not about forensics, not about intrusion detection, not about penetration testing. It's fully focused on about motivation and how to get started. So why cybersecurity? Why we are talking about the cybersecurity, and why you all are interested in the cybersecurity? So the whole game around is everything is going toward digitalization. Like we were having, we used to go. The first example is like we used to go to the main depot of the bus station to get or buy some tickets. But now we use mobile application, we use websites and all just to have a ticket. So the whole thing, the stuff which was offline are now going online, getting digitalized. And the real thing is, if things are getting digitalized, there's a great impact on the hackers community, and the hackers community impacts replies with some cyber attacks, and the cyber attacks affects the people, the users, the public who are using the services, which is infected, affected, hacked, or whatever. And the other thing is there's a fast changes in technology, and which impacts the cyber attacks, which impacts the hackers community. So when there's a good change in technology, it means it's getting more vulnerable. Whenever we are talking about any software where there's a kind of upgradation or update, it means that the previous version was not well or not secured enough. So this is the part that why cybersecurity is important. Like, things are getting fast, things are getting changed in the technology field, and we are more dependent upon the new and secure environments. And the third thing is there's a huge demand, and there's a less amount of talent in the cybersecurity. And the fact is there's a 0% unemployment, and the 0% unemployment rises from that there's a huge demand of cybersecurity researchers, penetration testers, professionals to join the cybersecurity, as there's a huge demand, but there's a less talent to hunt for companies like us, for companies like big giants. So starting with the career is, I would suggest to first learn the basics. Like, the basics includes regarding basics of computers, regarding the basics of networking, regarding the basics of security, cyber security, network security. And when we talk about the real-time environment, the basics are vulnerability, the basics are endpoints, scopes, logic, what to look and how to look. So that's the main factor. Like, if you are into the cybersecurity, and if you are being a cybersecurity professional, the main important thing is what to look, what is the vulnerability. If you know what is vulnerability, then you will know what to look for and how to look for it. The second thing is learn how to create and then how to destroy. Most of the time, whenever students reach me out, they tell me like, what should we read, what should we follow? But they just want to jump into the cybersecurity. They just don't want to get involved with something which is quite long, which will help them in long term, but they want to make a shortcut. So they directly want to learn about to destroy. If you don't know weaknesses of a building, if you haven't made any building, you won't know what are the weaknesses of the building, what are the weaknesses of a wall, which is a firewall in the cybersecurity. So if you don't know how to create a wall, you won't know how to destroy that wall, because you don't know weaknesses. If you made any wall, you will have a lot of experience in knowing what are the weaknesses in that particular environment. The third thing is learn system backgrounds operations. Most of the time, the new generation, new hackers community are jumping into the penetration testing side without knowing the backgrounds of system or infrastructure. So the basic thing is you should learn about system backgrounds operation, what a system do. Like, if you know, we are organizing this session, how this session is being working on in the backgrounds. What is the system doing that
Babur,
makes us live? That
Babur bhai, sorry to interrupt you,
yes.
but we have only Harsh and Girish from international community. So you can go bilingual. That will be more delicious, and your journey will be more awesome to hear in that way. You can go bilingual as well. That's just a way.
Saf, I didn't heard you. It was Saf or Raja. I didn't heard you well.
Well, I was not audible. Sure. Um,
Okay.
Babar bhai, I was just saying that we have been joined by Girish and Harsh from the international community. So you can go bilingual, and Urdu will be comfortable for all of us. So that will be very great and awesome to hear in that way. You can go bilingual.
Perfect, perfect. I'll go whenever is the great opportunity to have. So the third thing was learning the system backgrounds to have knowledge of the system background, how the systems work. And fourth thing would be joining the bug bounty platform. Like when you learn the basics, when you learn to create, when you learn to destroy, when you learn some basics regarding the cybersecurity, then you can join the bug bounty platforms such as HackerOne, Bugcrowd, Cyanac, and while joining these kind of platform, you must read out the write-ups and the reports the researchers do submit to such kind of organization which are open, uh, which reports are disclosed, open to read, open to learn. These reports will help you out, like what other hackers are doing, what is their approach, what are they hunting for, and what are they doing. And meanwhile, if you have done all of these and you are still not enjoying the feedback or your own implementation of the knowledge, and you think that this is not a good crux, you can start trying the CTA, the capture the flags, which are hosted on, which you can get them from Hub and Hack the Box, which are great platforms to have you learn about the cyber security. As essentially you will be doing this capture the flags, so it will help you out essentially on how to things get started and what are the real vulnerabilities in the practicing sessions. And sixth thing would be, after learning these all things, after having some good small experience, do contribute to the open source program securities. So when there are a lot of open source programs on the GitHub and a lot of other resources, you can go use that platforms, use that open source programs, hunt for vulnerabilities, report it to them, and gain some experience, gain some acknowledgements, and it will help you out to have some good hands-on experience. After that, join bug bounty platform again. This time, you if you get stuck, do repeat the whole stuff. Make sure, like, what are you missing, make sure is there any kind of resources which is left apart. So this will overall help you out to start your journey, at least not end with their journey, but start your journey with the cybersecurity. The career choices are very natural and very deep, and there's a lot of other niches on the cybersecurity. So you can, if you get started with such kind of resources and have some good hands-on experience, it will totally depend upon what you need and what you have liked. If you are more into the professional side, you can go with the cybersecurity professionals. If you are more into the auditing side, you can go with the ISA. If you are more into the system monitoring side, you can go to the SOC. And if you are more into, you like the penetration testing side, you can join some penetration testing companies, penetration testing teams. And if you are more into the penetration testing and love the social engineering stuff and all, you can join the red teaming. And if you like to destroy, but if you like to secure that stuff as well, you can go with the software developers as well, software testing, software development. That will help you out to create, it will help you out to destroy as well. So most of the time when programmers do join cybersecurity, they love to contribute in the field of penetration testing and securing that. So when there's a attacker's perspective, it's called red teaming, and when there's a securing perspective or fixing perspective, it's blue team. So most of the time, the programmers love to join the red teaming and the blue teaming, as it's essentially their part, and they love to do it. So now we'll talk about the interesting thing, the bug bounty, which is the more catchy stuff right now nowadays. That it's helped you out to earn some good cash. That's it. That's the whole motivation being in the bug bounty and even more focused on the cybersecurity. So we'll talk about more about the bug bounties even further on, but the simple steps are: find a bug. During finding a bug, you will learn how to hack, and you will hack to learn. This is the whole perspective of the finding a bug. When you have found the bug, now report the bug. Don't underestimate the quality of the report. You have to make sure that the quality of report is well maintained, and it's help you out to gain some resources and some insights from the company, so the company can understand the report and understand the fixation at that moment. After submitting the report, maybe you get the bounty, but be having the bounty, be kind and respectful for the to the whole team and to the whole community. If there's no bug bounty or no bounties for your reports, it's all okay. You can get started with something else, go and find something else, find some good severity based issues in some other company, some other platform, some other applications, some other resources. So these are some main bug bounty tips or steps. If you are very unknown to the bug bounties, these are some normal steps, 3 steps: find a bug, report a bug, and get a bounty. These are some bug hunting platforms like HackerOne, Bugcrowd, Cyanide, and others. You can go and make your accounts over there, and there are a lot of companies who host their programs focused on many different scopes, where you can hunt down those scopes and report the vulnerabilities in the systems. So most of the time, these platform host mobile applications, web application, cloud scope, and they are hosting these kind of scopes which are accessible virtually and don't involve a researcher to go physically or test them out. So you can join them. You can hunt for public platforms initially, and when your profile get have a good insights and good numbers, you can then join private programs based on these platforms. The private programs are very cash oriented. Like you can hunt and earn well within those private programs, but essentially you need to have good numbers on your profile on these platforms. The HackerOne is kind of catchy one to the new community. Bugcrowd is kind of intermediate, and Cynaker for those who are a bit experts. Cobalt, Zero Copter, Integrity are for newcomers. You can join them well. You can even join Cynac, but it's for expert people who have some good hands. Within the Cynac, you have to pass a test and some few assignments. But with the HackerOne and Bugcrowd, you can go and just sign up and start hunting. So the pros and cons of bug bounty is like you will learn a lot. You will learn a lot. So and essentially, when you learn a lot, you will have a lot of implementation what you have learned. And while you are implementing your learnings, you will earn. And the main reason is like if you are more focused on earning money, the bug bounty is the right platform. But essentially, it will demotivate you with the learning part if you are more focused on earning. Like your 1 year will be great with the earning time, but when it's come to the second year, you will losing a lot of, because there's a lot of learning which you have left during the previous year. So the first thing first is you will learn a lot and you will earn a lot, but the focus should be more on the learning instead of earning. If you are focused on learning, you will earn directly, which is kind of proportional to the learning what you have learned. And the cons includes the sad part, it takes a lot of time. That's the crux of, like, people are more attracted to the cybersecurity and bug hunting, but the sad part is that they don't tell you about how much time it's taking. Like most of the time you will hunt a bug within a minute or hour, but sometime will be a bug or a vulnerability in the platform which will take a lot of time from yours, and at the end of the day it will be invalid, it will be duplicate, and essentially your whole time will be wasted. But the goal should be, again, the goal should be not to earn. The goal should be to learn from the experience, to learn from the report, to learn from the experience, and to learn from the vulnerabilities which you have experienced.
Well, folks, he will be back soon. There's some connection issues at his end. Be patient. Well, he will be joining soon, so be patient. Yes, he joined
And
again.
then is the
Babar bhai, you were not audible. Please make it sure.
yeah. Okay. I think we left at the pros and cons, right? I think we didn't have.
Exactly.
Yes, Raja, we left that pros and cons, right?
Exactly at that spot.
Okay, perfect. So the pros and cons were the last slide we were on. So the goal is like to learn and to earn, but it should be in your mind that there's a lot of competition and it will take a lot of time. And due to the competition, you may face a lot of duplication, a lot of duplicate reports, and some boring targets most of the time. So these are some straightforward pros and cons within the bug bounty platforms. So how to become a hacker? So the things are repeated once again. So learn to make it, then break it. That this is what I said. And the most suggested thing is join community, join communities, join people who are into the cybersecurity, who are into the bug bounty platform, and ask questions if you have any kind of confusions. In the first time, you will have a lot of confusions, like understanding a code, understanding some request, or understanding a parameter will be a lot of huge trouble for you. So asking questions will help you out, and joining the community will help you out to learn from others and well. So the basics are
Well, he ran into a problem again. Be patient, folks. Well, we are being joined by one of our senior Microsoft Learn student ambassadors from University of Lahore, Mr. Junaid Iqbal. Welcome, Junaid bhai. We are honored to have you.
Raja, am I still audible?
Yes, you are. Please
Perfect. I'm
continue.
really sorry for the disconnection. There's a lot of issues coming in. I'm really not sure it's from the Teams, Microsoft, or but let's see. Let's continue. So we were on the basics. So the basic stuff will include, it will be your phase one. You can note it down as well, but it is very straightforward. The basics will include some about networking, some into programming, and some into the automation. So you will learn about the basics, which is creating of networks, creating of some program, creating of some automation, which will essentially you will learn from while doing web, while doing some HTTPS, while doing some Linux command, and learning about programming and making some small tools which will help you out to create some stuff. And the phase two will be learning. The learning will include regarding some technical vulnerabilities issues, And essentially you can join some, as I have mentioned, some CTF platforms, which is Learn Hub and Hack the Box, where you can test your skills on regarding these learning slides. So where you can test some cross-site scripting, XSS, SQL injection, directory traversal, and RCE, and some IDERs as well. So this basic and learning platform will help you out with the phase 2, will help you out to implement and try your learning experience on those hacking platforms. And you can join other labs. There's a lot of other labs which you can host on your local host and try these technical vulnerabilities on those platforms for your practices. And the phase 3 will be your hunting. So when you are done with your learning and you have done some practice on some tools, on some manual injections, and which will help you out to learn about SQL and XSS specifically and RCE, you can then join some hunting platforms, where you can select a target and start hunting. And essentially, again, writing a good report about the issues are discovered is important. So the first thing first, while hunting, is selecting and approaching a target. When you approach a target, you should know like what is the target business, what is the application features, what it do. This is the whole main objective. You don't know about the business logic of the application, you won't find any specific issue. You need to learn about the business logic of the application, what the application is supposed to do, what a feature is supposed to perform. So, and after finding some stuff, finding some vulnerability, you need to make a POC, the proof of concept of what you have found, and writing a successful bug submission report and reporting the vulnerability. So these second basics, first include basics, second includes learning, third include hunting, is a very straightforward 1, 2, 3 steps to the bug hunting and the bug bounty platforms and starting your first or earning your first bounty. So resources, as we have mentioned in the previous slides as well, like resources are available. You cannot deny that resources are not there. As I have mentioned, like making excuses will make you nothing. So you don't make excuses. There's a lot of learning resources. I'll be sharing them in onwards. The first thing first is which is really basic ebook or a book, which is named as Web Hacking 101. You can download that from Google, and even the link is given in the footer as well. You can download it from there. It's very basic and will make you how to make money from ethical hacking. So you can go with Web Hacking 101 in the start, and you can join a Reddit repository for bug bounty. So there's a lot of interesting reports over there, and you can join this Reddit channel and learn about some new reports on bug bounty, what's happening in the bug bounty, and many more. GitHub can be very essential for you in that time. You can join, you can have a look at awesome bug bounty as well, and you can look at bug bounty references. It will help you out to learn on how reports are being submitted, what other researchers have made it done to earn some good money, and what you can learn from these reporters. So essentially you can look into bug bounty reference, and awesome bug bounty will help you out on many other vulnerabilities, what are these vulnerabilities, and how to find them. So GitHub can help you out with a lot of core issues and a lot of learning resources. Internal bug bounty rewards looks like this into the hacker one. These are some of the old ones. So you can look into some these kind of vulnerabilities in many of your program, but it totally depend upon how are you looking into and what are the application logic and is it possible or not. But this is how an internal bug bounty rewards look like. This is the HackerOne payouts till 2019. I didn't have of 2020 for this session. And external bug bounty programs are those programs which are not hosted on the Bugcrowd, which are not hosted on the HackerOne, Synack, and other, but they are using some internal bug bounty platform for accepting the report. So whenever you came across any kind of issues, first look for its disclosure program. Most of the companies, the tech giants and even big other giants have bug bounty programs mostly hosted on Bugcrowd or HackerOne. But if they don't have, reach out to the support team, reach out to the security team, reach out to the contact form, and tell them about the issue, tell them about the vulnerability which you have found, and maybe you can disclose a good bug bounty program or a bug bounty internal program within that company. So it doesn't matter if the company have a program on HackerOne or Bugcrowd. You can essentially go to the company support team or mail them out with your what you have found and what is its impact, the severity of the vulnerability, and what it can impact on the users. So this is how an external vulnerability look like. I think I have reported it to some, yeah, it was a bank in Netherlands, which is ING Bank, and you can see that it was well rewarded for a vulnerability. So the second last topic would be securing online. So secure online have some two topics. The first is for general public and general users, and the second would be for programmers and developers. So for general public, the first thing is avoid fake interaction. Avoid accepting friend request or replying to those people whom you don't know, whom seems fake. The profile looks fake and dodgy. So make sure like you should avoid the fake interaction. Add two-step authentication on maximum of your platforms like Facebook and Twitter and WhatsApp do allow two-step authentication, and these are the three platforms which are getting hacked on most of the time. So they all allow two-step authentication. Make sure you implement that. And third thing is free but costly. Like most of the time we hunt for downloading some torrents, downloading some cracks from torrent, downloading some softwares, essentially for getting some free stuff, but essentially they are costly. They are costly because they are added up with malware, they are embedded with malwares. So whenever you download some free stuff, you don't know, but it is costly as it's being a malware, it's maybe spying on you. So free stuff is not free. That's the whole story. Scan regularly with Malwarebytes and make sure you don't respond to any fake emails. These are suggestions for some normal public audience. For developers and programmers, getting secured online or having your product secure online with code with logic while doing programming and stuff, you make sure like you should have a logic, like what are you programming, what are you coding it for, what is this snipped for, and what it will be used for, and what are the loopholes which can an attacker use. So doing this whole logic thing, you should think like a hacker, and while doing think like a hacker, you will learn on how to restrict or to restrict the attacks. So the logic is very simple. You need to build, test, launch, and then test again. While using most of the open source programs, the programmers are mostly diverted to the open source platforms whenever they are assigned with some tasks. So if they are assigned with some development of a company e-commerce shop, they will straight go to the open source, copy the whole code, and then editing and having some snips of their own. So most of the time the open source are vulnerable even, so they are not well maintained, and there's a lot of vulnerabilities in the open source project. So most of the time you should have you need to look into the open source programs, test them well, and then use them. Essentially, if you don't have good resources to test the open source, then don't use open source. Make your own and learn how to create a secure program. And last thing, but not the least, is do pen test regularly on the platform. Whatever you are creating for your company, uh, motivate them to have a pen test regularly. If you are adding up a feature in the program application, make sure you do pen test regularly, as most of the time you are secured, but adding an existing feature or adding some new feature will destroy the whole thing. Because one feature, one vulnerable feature can impact the whole posture of the application and infrastructure of the company. So I think that it will be quite essential presentation. I'll be more focused on your questions and looking forward to any question specific.
Well, Babar Bhai, it was really insightful. And now the floor is open to questions. And if you folks have any suggestions or any sort of things that you have experienced in your journeys, you can clearly question about them to Babar Bhai. He has a refined experience in the field. So some of Babar Bhai, you can check the chat. Well, Girish is saying is there any reputable course or company that you can suggest to learn about penetration testing?
Again,
Well,
within most of the time, even if you look into such kind of institutes, they will be more focused on theory. So again and again, I will suggest the resources which I have shared, and even I'll share it back with Raja and Saifullah. They can share it with you as well. There's a lot of ebooks available. There's a lot of you even just it's YouTube away. You can just have a one search and you will find a lot of courses focused on real time impact. They won't focus on theoretical stuff. So I won't suggest you any kind of institute, even I don't know, and there are none. But I'll more encourage you to have your own learning experience.
well, dear audience, you can use the raise hand option so that we can be able to unmute you because it's more sort of interactive thing that you unmute and have your questions on the very go. That will be very great. You all are encouraged. Well, Ali, now you can unmute and have your question.
Hey Raja and Babu, it's nice talking to you. In fact, it's a nice.
Well,
Nice
Ali,
talking to you.
there is a distortion coming from your side. We cannot hear you.
Is it clear or let's speak louder? Hello, hello.
You can speak, but there's distortion in the background, so it won't be that much clear.
Okay, let me try. I feel like the presentation could have been. I mean, maybe the delivery could have been a little bit better. But hello, is it better now?
Well,
Yes,
now
it's
you're
clear.
audible.
Yes,
Okay.
it's perfect.
Right. Yeah. So, my understanding from this session 101 is not very clear about the cybersecurity. To be honest, I feel it's gonna be more technical, but I found it more like a resource-based session where you basically highlighted what are the things that we can go and look around. I was expecting the basic like is there like new sessions coming around or is just one session?
Well, Ali, answering you, as Babar Bhai mentioned earlier that यानी कि जो हमारा सेशन का यानी मेन मोटिव था बाबर भाई ने जस्ट अभी जो है ना वो एक इनिशिएटिव जो है वो इस तरह का लिया है और मेन चीज़ तो यही है कि आप लोग जो है वो अपने क्वेश्चन से सीखेंगे तो जितना हो सके आप क्वेश्चंस करें तो आप लोगों के कन्फ्यूजन जो है ना वो क्लियर हो जाएंगे तो इसी वजह से जो है वो बाकी है कि इंशाल्लाह आगे भी होते रहेंगे सेशंस
Right. And Raja brother, is this the right time to talk about the presentation that you guys planned, or I can talk later, one to one maybe? Because I don't understand why we have we have such a long introduction, especially why we have Pakistan anthem in this whole thing. I totally don't understand that part.
well Ali we will discuss it in private.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I think that's all I have for now.
Yes, Sandra, you can ask the question. No.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, आवाज आ रही है?
जी वालेकुम
Yes,
सलाम
Hamza,
जी
you are
आ रही है।
audible.
सर मैंने पता करना है, अगर कोई स्टूडेंट फॉर एग्जांपल अभी अगर यूनिवर्सिटी में है, बैचलर कर रहा है, तो जैसा कि अभी साइबर सिक्योरिटी की आगे काफ़ी डिमांड आ रही है, लेकिन अगर हम पाकिस्तान में देखते हैं तो जो नंबर ऑफ पोस्ट आती हैं साइबर से रिलेटेड, एक तो बहुत कम होती हैं और दूसरा उनमें बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस मांगा जाता है। तो अगर हम अभी बैचलर्स में है, थर्ड या फोर्थ सेमेस्टर में है, तो हम ऐसा मतलब यूनिवर्सिटी में रह के कौन कौन से ऐसे टॉपिक हैं जो हम पढ़ें, जो आगे हमें जॉब लेने में मतलब आसानी हमें हो सके?
वेल हमजा, क्वेश्चन इज वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. मैं आपको यही सजेस्ट करूंगा, अगेन द बग बाउंटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स एंड जो कैप्चर द फ्लैग कंपटीशंस होते हैं या जो प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, जैसे वल्न हब है, हैक द बॉक्स है, उधर आप अपनी स्किल्स को ट्राई करके यू कैन गेट अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस. और जो पाकिस्तान वाली बात है, बहुत जॉब्स हैं, इवन वी आर हायरिंग, बट देयर इज नॉट राइट टैलेंट वी आर एबल टू फाइंड. सो इशू, मेन इशू यही है कि राइट टैलेंट नहीं मिल रहा. Lack of experience doesn't matter if you have the right skills. Experience आपको internships और इस तरह की, but most of the time the cyber security thing is not restricted to the internship. या तो आपको direct job मिलती है due to your previous acknowledgements and your previous experience जो कि आप bug bounty platform से लेके आते हैं. As this session was totally focused on bug bounty platforms, कि कैसे आप start ले सकते हैं, कैसे आपको पहले से तैयारी करनी है to learn about these things. So मैं कहता हूँ अगर आप बैचलर में हैं, so you have the right time, you can just get a start with even web hacking 101 book. और सैडली आपको यूनिवर्सिटी में इस तरह का कोई सब्जेक्ट या टॉपिक नहीं मिलेगा जिस पे आप फोकस करके साइबर सिक्योरिटी में थोड़ी सी एनहांसमेंट लेंगे. सो आई विल सजेस्ट यू टू फोकस ऑन सम resources, not on subjects within the university.
वेल अगर किसी और का कोई क्वेश्चन हो सो यू कैन अनम्यूट हिज माइक.
सर आवाज आ रही है?
जी जी, ऑडिबल हैं आप.
सर अगर मालवेयर से बचना चाहें सर, तो हम उसके लिए वर्चुअल मशीन यूज कर सकते हैं सर, मालवेयर से अवॉइड करने के लिए मालवेयर.
जी एग्जैक्टली, यू कैन यूज VMware या वर्क virtual stations. बट इशू इस अगर अगेन अगर आप अवॉइड करते हैं टोरेंट्स वगैरह को, क्रैक्स वगैरह को, तो आप इजीली उनको अवॉइड कर सकते हैं. बट यस, virtual machines can help you out with avoiding malwares. True.
Can I ask another question, please?
Sure, Ali.
So Bhavar bhai, if for example हम कोई applications move कर रहे हैं from basically migrate कर रहे हैं from on-prem to cloud, आप session में बोले थे at some place we need to understand the business logic. I work in Capital One, so it has been a big आपको तो पता ही होगा साइबर सिक्योरिटी का यहाँ पे इशू आया था, इनका S3 जो है वो एक्सेस कर लिया था किसी अमेजोन के रिसोर्स ने. सो माय क्वेश्चन इज बिजनेस लॉजिक में किस एरिया में वी नीड टू लुक, इफ वी आर माइग्रेटिंग एप्लीकेशंस, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट वी नीड टू कंसीडर बेसिकली फॉर स्पेसिफिक ऑफ बिजनेस लॉजिक. Hello, sir, my question is clear.
Yes, it was clear. I guess there's an issue on Babar's side.
Okay.
Ali, can you repeat your question? Disconnection हुई यहाँ पे, so I will hear you.
Yeah, so I'm saying business logic में application business logic में what are the component or like for example token या कौन सी चीज को consider करना चाहिए when you are securely moving your application to cloud?
देखें, क्लाउड में तो बड़ी कंपोनेंट्स आजकल मैटर करती हैं. इवन क्लाउड इज सिक्योर प्लेटफॉर्म, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आपकी मिसकॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज द मेन पार्ट. आप जो कि बाय डिफॉल्ट आपको जो क्लाउड मिलता है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम कंपनीज उन ही को अपने साथ लेके चलती हैं या दे फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. So misconfiguration is the main part. You need to configure or harden your cloud platform, depend upon your needs. As you have mentioned about a breach, so most of the time कोई bucket open होती है, कोई platform free open होता है, और हम ये सोच रहे होते हैं कि hackers को हमारे बारे में कैसे पता चलेगा. So there's a lot of tools and tricks to discover such kind of networks. So main suggestion part is when it's come to the application logic, it totally depend upon again कि business logic क्या है, वो application करती क्या है, backend पे क्या चल रहा है, application की services क्या है, features क्या है. So but during the migration, I'll suggest you कि आप cloud hardening के side पे जाएं to make sure कि आपका cloud harden है, well configured है.
Okay. Yeah, I mean उसमें काफी discussion हो सकती है, but I want to understand like basically when you define a service boundary, उसमें चलें, I think it's more like technical question. तो उसमें जब containerize करते हैं आप these services को, basically आप जो credentials pass करते हैं, I feel like that is the point where credentials are basically leaked. So any suggestion about that, how we can secure that area? Or maybe service boundaries जो हैं वो कैसे define कर सकते हैं securely?
Regarding the credentials, you can go with the data security. आप encryption की side पे जा सकते हैं. So the best part regarding the encryption is कि अगर आपका data leak भी होता है, so it won't be able to use, which is the good part. Second thing is regarding the boundary. वो totally again मैं देखना चाहूँगा कि what are the organization doing, कितने लोग एक उस specific application को उस feature को use कर रहे हैं, and then you can decide about के क्या क्या बाउंड्री वॉल हमें सजेस्ट करनी पड़ेगी इस ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम. वी हैव हेल्प्ड आउट द सेम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. मुझे नहीं पता द सिनेरियो एंड द सिचुएशन सीम्स टू बी सेम, but recently the same thing happened, and we have implemented the container based security for that organization. So the main part was that there were a lot of misconfigurations, and misconfiguration के अलावा the application is not secured. देखिए, the logic is अगर आपका नेटवर्क बिल्कुल सिक्योर है ना, अगर आपका क्लाउड बिल्कुल सिक्योर है, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी हार्डन, बट अगर आपका एप्लीकेशन नहीं है सिक्योर ना, सो द हैकर हैव अ गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी टू टारगेट योर एप्लीकेशन, एंड फ्रॉम द एप्लीकेशन ही कैन डू द पिवटिंग टू द योर नेटवर्क और इंटरनल एंड देन फर्दर ऑन. सो दिस इज द मेन पार्ट कि आपको फुल 360 देखना चाहिए, फुली 360 टेस्टिंग करके, फुली 360 हार्डनिंग करके, you then need to continue. So the whole thing is business matters. Business matter के business क्या करें, and then we can do decide कि क्या implementation करनी होगी on security perspective.
जी बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं आप. या थैंक यू.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
जी हमजा ऑडिबल हैं आप. जी अरमान, आप भी ऑडिबल हैं.
जी मेरा क्वेश्चन नहीं था कि अगर कोई मतलब बिगनर लेवल पे हो ना, तो वो आप मतलब कहाँ से वो स्टार्ट ले, और कोई वीडियो ट्यूटोरियल्स वगैरह वेबसाइट्स, तो कहाँ से वो ये सब स्टडी करे हैकिंग के बारे में?
अरमान, अगेन अगर आप इवन दिस सेशन इज बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड, सो अगर आप इस सेशन को दोबारा देखेंगे तो मैंने कुछ रिसोर्सेज शेयर भी किए हैं, और विद द ग्रुप गेस्ट कोई भी शेयर कर लेगा इंशाल्लाह. सो मेन रिसोर्सेज जो आपको मैं सजेस्ट करूंगा, इट इज वेब हैकिंग 101. ये एक बुक है जो आप स्टडी करके काफ़ी रिसोर्सेज आपको यहाँ से भी मिल जाएंगी, और अगर वीडियो ट्यूटोरियल आप देखना चाहते हैं तो इवन यूट्यूब इज़ गुड. आपको काफ़ी ज़्यादा ट्यूटोरियल मिलेंगे अगर आप सिर्फ एथिकल हैकिंग ही सर्च करेंगे तो. इवन इट्स उर्दू में भी अवेलेबल है, इंग्लिश में भी अवेलेबल है, फुली बेसिक, फुली बिगनर भी अवेलेबल है, एंड दूसरे अदर प्लेटफॉर्म पे भी अवेलेबल हैं जो कि रिगार्डिंग द लिनक्स साइड पे आ जाते हैं एंड फुली फोकस्ड ऑन द एडवांस साइड, तो वो चीज़ें भी हैं। सो इट टोटली डिपेंड कि आप कितना डीप रिसर्च करते हैं। बेस्ट सजेशन इज कि आप वेब हैकिंग 101 से स्टार्ट ले लें, जो कि एक बुक है, मैंने सजेस्ट की है अभी।
हाँ ठीक है, आपने वो कहाँ पे शेयर किया है?
जी जी
वो
अरमान,
ये
वो
शेयर कर
हम
देंगे, मैंने अभी
से आप शेयर
प्रेजेंटेशन के
कर
टाइम पे
देंगे।
शेयर किया है।
इस तरह है ना। ओके, आई वांट टू मेंशन वन थिंग, जो भी लोग मतलब इस रिकॉर्डिंग के बारे में और वो जो प्रेजेंटेशन है बाबर भाई जब मुझे सेंड करेंगे तो वो मैं फेसबुक इवेंट और लिंक्डइन इवेंट दोनों डिस्कशंस में भी पेस्ट कर दूंगा। और इसके अलावा MSLA आई एम साइंसेस के नाम से यूट्यूब पे चैनल है, वहाँ पर भी रिकॉर्डिंग अपलोड हो जाएगी, तो यू ऑल कैन गेट दैट फ्रॉम देयर। So if anyone else have any sort of questions, so he can speak.
सर फिर ये मेरा एक बेसिक क्वेश्चन है। मैंने अपने एक सीनियर से पता किया था साइबर सिक्योरिटी में स्टार्ट लेने के लिए, तो उन्होंने मुझे बोला था कि आप सिर्फ साइबर सिक्योरिटी के रिलेटेड मतलब आप ना पढ़ो। उन्होंने मुझे रेकमेंड किया था कि आप अपना एक मतलब सेकेंडरी स्किल सेट भी रखो, कि आप पहले वेब डेवलपमेंट अच्छे से सीख लो और उसके साथ आप कंप्यूटर के जो नेटवर्क प्लस है उसको आप पढ़ लो, थोड़ा समझ लो। उसके बाद अगर आप हैकिंग या पेन टेस्टिंग हो गया, डिजिटल फोरेंसिक हो गया, साइबर के रिलेटेड कोई सब्जेक्ट पढ़ोगे तो आपको आसानी होगी। अभी अगर हम डायरेक्टली इसमें जाते हैं तो काफ़ी चीज़ें समझ नहीं आती। तो क्या वो अप्रोच सही है? क्योंकि अभी मैं वेब उस वजह से सीख रहा हूँ।
देखिए, मैंने इसलिए आपको यही सजेस्ट किया था ड्यूरिंग द प्रेजेंटेशन कि फर्स्ट लर्न हाउ टू क्रिएट, देन लर्न हाउ टू डिस्ट्रॉय। सो क्योंकि उनको लॉजिक पता है कि लॉजिक इज कि अगर आप बनाना नहीं सीखेंगे ना तो आप फिर आपको वल्नरेबिलिटीज फाइंडिंग में नहीं वो आसानी नहीं होगी। सो फर्स्ट लर्न हाउ टू क्रिएट, द सजेशन इज वेरी ट्रू। तो ही इज़ राइट, आपको पहले ये देखना चाहिए कि मैं थोड़ी सी डेवलपमेंट सीख लूँ, एंड इवन योर हैकिंग स्किल्स ऑन योर एप्लीकेशन, जो आप बना रहे हैं उसी को तोड़ें। सो यू विल लर्न कि मैं कोडिंग में क्या गलती कर रहा हूँ, मैं हार्डनिंग इसकी कैसे करूँगा अभी। सो इट विल हेल्प यू आउट टू रिमीडिएट दोज इश्यूज, और उसी रिमीडिएशन से आप डेवलपमेंट भी सीखेंगे एंड आप फिक्सिंग वाली साइड भी सीखेंगे, एंड यू कैन लर्न अबाउट डिफरेंट नीशेस ऑफ साइबर सिक्योरिटी।
थैंक यू सर। उम्मीद है आप ऐसा एक और सेशन अरेंज करते रहेंगे ताकि हमें जो क्वेश्चन हो वो उनके आंसर मिलते रहें।
इंशाल्लाह दिस वाज टू बेसिक क्योंकि मुझे सब अटेंडीज का नहीं पता किसका कितना लेवल है। सो आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड विद वेरी बेसिक, ताकि सब लोगों को थोड़ी से ग्राउंड्स मिल जाए कि क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज हैं, क्या रिसोर्सेज हैं। सो टिल द नेक्स्ट सेशन यू विल हैव अ लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च ऑन दीज टॉपिक्स एंड दीज रिसोर्सेज, तो आपकी थोड़ी सी ग्राउंड्स और भी बन जाएगी इंशाल्लाह। सो लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू द अदर सेशन इंशाल्लाह विद इन द फ्यूचर।
Well,
Thank you,
Babir
sir.
bhai, am I audible?
जी
यस यस सर।
जी 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 बाबर भाई, एक क्वेश्चन इस हवाले से था कि जैसा कि आप सबको पता है कि यानी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस काफ़ी बूमिंग है मार्केट में, और मोस्टली अगर हम कुछ एरियाज़ को डिस्कस करें तो इन हेल्थ केयर यानी जो हम एआई अप्लाई करते हैं या एआई के जितने डोमेन्स हैं, बी एड कंप्यूटर विजन या डीप लर्निंग वगैरह, तो यानी हाउ कैन साइबर सिक्योरिटी भी यानी वहाँ पे हम उसको कैसे जो है वो एक अच्छे मैयर के तौर पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं, या जिस तरह हमारे पास यानी काफ़ी ज़्यादा एडवांस्ड जो यानी चीज़ें आ जाती हैं, जिस तरह यानी हम लोग जीन्स से यानी जो प्रिडिक्शन होगी इन द वेरी फ्यूचर के, यानी हम लोग डाइट वगैरह ना, तो ये चीज़ें मैनिपुलेट की जा सकती हैं आपसे, यानी एक फ्यूचर पर्सपेक्टिव इसका पूछना है। बिकॉज हेल्थ केयर का
Exactly.
काफी यानी इम्पैक्ट है।
हेल्थ केयर में काफी पर्सपेक्टिव है साइबर सिक्योरिटी का, एंड इट इंक्लूड्स द डाटा साइड। जितना डाटा साइड है, क्योंकि आजकल चीज़ें बहुत ज़्यादा डिजिटली जा रही हैं अगेन, क्योंकि आपके जो भी डिवाइसेस हैं जो कि आपका हार्ट बीट नोट डाउन करती हैं, दैट डेटा इज बीइंग स्टोर्ड समवेयर एल्स। सो वो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है। आपको हैकर्स अटैकर्स को ये चीज़ें काफ़ी enjoyable लगती हैं अगर उनके पास पेशेंट का डेटा हो। पेशेंट क्योंकि पेशेंट ऑलरेडी वर्नेबल है टू सम हेल्थ डिजीजेस, एंड व्हेन दे आर वर्नेबल टू सम डाटा ब्रीचेस, तो वो एक अगेन एक बड़ा इंक्लूजन बनता है। A good proof of concept is there was a burst. The burst was कि एक कंपनी थी जो कि हार्ट स्टंट्स बनाती थी, हार्ट स्टंट्स। और हार्ट स्टंट के अंदर जैसा आपको पता है सेल्स होते हैं, बैटरी सेल्स। बैटरी सेल्स के साथ कुछ चिप्स इस तरह के इंटीग्रेट किए हुए थे कि इफ यू मेक नियर बाय फ्रीक्वेंसी, अगर आप उस डिवाइस के साथ कोई फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच आउट करते हैं, या फॉर एग्जांपल किसी के बॉडी में स्टंट लगा हुआ है ऑफ दैट कंपनी, और आप उसके नज़दीक कोई स्पेसिफिक फ्रीक्वेंसी नज़दीक लेके जाते हैं, तो द स्टंट वुड बी स्टार्ट इंक्रीजिंग योर हार्ट बीट, और इट मे डिक्रीज डाउन, या वो बर्स्ट करता था द सेल और द बैटरी। तो इस तरीके के इश्यूज हैं। एंड व्हेन इट कम्स टू एआई साइड पे साइबर सिक्योरिटी में काफ़ी हम वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं ऑन डिटेक्शन, इंट्रूशन डिटेक्शन, ऑन फाइंडिंग vulnerabilities थ्रू एआई एल्गोरिदम्स एंड मशीन लर्निंग। सो वो साइड इस तरह कवर हो रही है। But when it's come to the cyber security in the health sector, yes, it is a bit important. It is a bit important.
Well, Babar bhai, thanks. Got it.
Am I audible, Raja?
जी अदनान भाई।
जी जी।
अच्छा, so not a question, but अली ने पूछा और एक और बंदे ने कि लाइक हम आगे प्रोसीड क्या करें। सो जिस तरह बाबर भाई ने बताया कि हैक द बॉक्स और इस तरह मुख्तलिफ मशीन्स हैं। सो देयर आर प्रो अकाउंट्स एंड देयर आर फ्री। आप फ्री से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं, ज़रूरी नहीं कि आप प्रो ले लें। बट वी हैव ए वर्कशॉप कमिंग ऑन पेशावर हैकर वन क्लब की तरफ से। वहाँ we will have a hack the bugs pro accounts from hacker one side and pentester lab pro accounts. So वो basically hack the bugs के बारे में होंगे कि वहाँ कैसे start कर लें, machines क्या होती हैं, retired machines क्या होती है, live machines क्या होती है, वो सारी चीजें। So like good chance जो अभी तक जिन्होंने अपना passion define कर लिया कि it's cyber security, so they can join us on that. Thank you so much.
एग्जैक्टली एडिंग दिस के ज़्यादातर डेमोग्राफिक्स से लोग पेशावर से हैं, तो इट विल बी अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी कि इंशाल्लाह जब सब कुछ नॉर्मलाइज हो जाता है, इवन यू कैन जॉइन वर्चुअली। तो वाइट हेड्स पेशावर और हैकर वन पेशावर इज़ अ वेरी गुड कम्युनिटी टू गेट स्टार्टेड। एक्चुअली बाबर भाई, एक लास्ट जो है वो चीज़ आपसे पूछनी थी, थोड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग भी है। हमारे जो हैं वो एक आप जानते हैं हंजला भाई, चौधरी हंजला जी जी,
जी।
वो यानी इस चीज़ को कह रहे थे कि यानी इन द वेरी अर्ली स्टेजेस में आपने जो है वो डीवो का जो यानी डाइवो का कोई डिजिटल सिस्टम था, और यानी उसमें काफ़ी छोटी सी वल्नरेबिलिटी थी, लेकिन वो तो काइंडली उसे थोड़ा सा इलेबोरेट कर दें।
तो डाइवो के अलावा भी बहुत चीज़ें हुई हैं, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली पब्लिक चीज़ें कुछ नहीं आ सकती, कुछ डिस्क्लोज हो सकती हैं। सो डाइवो वाज समथिंग व्हिच हैपेंड। सो डाइवो में इस तरह, जैसे अगेन मैं बहुत ज़्यादा मैंने मेंशन किया है बिजनेस लॉजिक को। सो डाइवो का एक एप्लीकेशन था, वेब एप्लीकेशन, जिसमें आप जाते हैं और टिकट बुक करते हैं एंड यू पे विद योर क्रेडिट कार्ड, और एट द एंड ऑफ द डे यू गेट योर टिकट। So we tried to look into the business logic of कि application server के साथ क्या डील कर रही है। So most of the time हमारे application developers या programmers बहुत ज़्यादा गलती इन चीज़ों में कर देते हैं कि they just made something develop, और if things are getting smooth तो वो उसी को उधर छोड़ देते हैं। So the logic of the application, first आप ये देखते हैं कि application है क्या। So हमने ये देखा कि application है क्या, वो करती क्या है। So they were booking the tickets. फिर हमने ये देखा कि process end of the time ये है कि आपके कार्ड से पैसे कटेंगे and then you will have the ticket. So the process was very simple. हमने इसको देखा and the application was using a logic. The logic is कि अगर आपके क्रेडिट कार्ड से कोई भी स्पेसिफिक अमाउंट कटती है, कोई भी, the quote and quote is कोई भी, so the user will get the ticket. So for example, मैं पिशावर से इस्लामाबाद का टिकट बुक करता हूँ, which is I think 500 plus. So I will manipulate that value of 500 to 1 rupee. and I will forward my request to the server कि आप अब इस server को देखें. So the server logic and the application communication was कि आप एक specific user से किसी भी specific travel itinerary का जब भी टिकट काटेंगे, so you will have to just make a transaction. कोई भी transaction करें of any amount and we will issue the ticket. The logic is being disturbed कि आपको पिशावर से इस्लामाबाद का जो भी टिकट होगा, the logic ये होना चाहिए कि इस्लामाबाद से पिशावर का जो भी टिकट होता, you have to deduct the 500 amount, not कोई भी amount या whatever is the amount. So the logic was exploited कि हमने फिर exploit किया इस logic को and we have manipulated the price issues. और जिस तरह हमने 500 को replace किया with 1 PKR and we forward the request to the server accepted the request or we got the ticket.
Thanks, Babar bhai. That was really interesting. Well, Saifullah, अगर किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है तो एडजर्न कीजिएगा.
If anyone have any sort of question, the floor is open, or we should end the session. Okay, Babar bhai, I think there's no questions anymore. So I will once again thank you very much for taking your time out. And there were some कुछ मसले थे इसमें. Sorry, there is a question. Yes, Shayan, you can unmute yourself.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है, 3 क्वेश्चन है. एक तो ये है कि साइबर सिक्योरिटी की लर्निंग में कितनी डिफिकल्टी लेवल क्या है, और एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर हमें कितना फेमिलियर होना चाहिए, और क्या-क्या हमें पता होना चाहिए ऐप डेवलपर के तौर पे. और एक ऐसी रैंडम क्वेश्चन है कि ये जो हम ब्राउज़र पे पासवर्ड सेव कर लेते हैं, तो क्या ये सेफ है या हमें नहीं करना चाहिए?
Shayan, thank you for the questions. देखें आपको मैं तो हर टाइम प्रोग्रामर्स को यही कहता हूँ कि you guys should jump into the cyber security and the reason is कि it's really easy for them to understand the technical issues. और क्योंकि we most of the time talk about browsers, we most of the time talk about servers जिनके साथ आप लोग familiar होते हैं, the programmer and the developer side. So I'll really encourage you to join. और difficulty level is very normal for you guys. क्योंकि बहुत बिगनर्स को जिनका इवन वी नो अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल जो कि टेक्निकल भी नहीं है एंड दे आर डूइंग वेल. सो बीइंग अ टेक्निकल गाय, बीइंग फ्रॉम द डेवलपर साइड, तो आपको काफ़ी हेल्प आउट करेगा आपका प्रीवियस नॉलेज विद इन द साइबर सिक्योरिटी. एंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन वाज ब्राउजर. दैट्स द ब्राउजर्स में जो पासवर्ड सेव करते हैं वो एंड ऑफ द डे वो एक फोल्डर में सेव होते हैं जो कि एक्सप्लॉयटेबल है. सो नॉट रिकमेंडेड. एंड आप पासवर्ड मैनेजर्स यूज कर सकते हैं फॉर दैट पर्पस, बट नॉट द ब्राउजर सेव जो कि क्योंकि इवन अगर आप लुक डाउन करेंगे इसको, अगर आप मोजिला में सेव करते हैं तो मोजिला में भी इसका एक फोल्डर बन जाता है, उसका एक फाइल बनता है एंड यू कैन डिक्रिप्ट दैट फाइल. और क्रोम में भी ये बनता है. सो टोटली नॉट रिकमेंडेड.
थैंक यू सर.
Are there any more questions? You can raise your hand and you can unmute yourself.
I think we don't have any questions left.
Yes, Babar. So Babar, thank you very much once again for taking your time out. कुछ मसले थे मतलब online sessions में तो it's a norm. There are some connectivity issues and but anyway, thank you very much. It was an amazing session and inshallah we will collaborate in future and will host further sessions as well. So thank you.
For sure. Inshallah. Thank you everyone. Thank you. And thank you Saifullah, and thank you all the attendees who have attended the session, and let's look forward to onward session inshallah in the future.
Inshallah.
Thank you.
We are signing off. Thanks for joining. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz everyone.